If you need unlimited domination, clutch time, or anything else grinded, make sure you hit up Rose NBA on Twitter for quick, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best Amethyst cards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. This list really is going to give you a good picture of the guys who you can really build like a baseline squad around. Guys who are very, very good budget type cards in MyTEAM, super inexpensive, and can compete against much better, much more expensive cards at their position for a super reasonable price. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 8,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already, if you do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. And let's start off with number 10, which is going to be Metta World Peace, or at least his Amethyst is Metta World Peace. His other cards are on our test, but I can't type. Here we go. Metta World Peace. So, Metta World Peace, or Ron Artest, whatever you prefer to call him. This Amethyst card is 6'6" with 6'9" wingspan at the small forward position, 83 speed and excel, a 74 shot 3, which is a little low, 75 driving dunk, also not incredible, but a very versatile, very good all-around defender, can defend on the interior, super versatile defensive badges, which I like a lot, can get the quick first step badge, catch and shoot, claim more badges like that if you'd like, and he has the ability to have a really nice jump shot. Despite the fact that his 3 ball is a little bit low, you can hit wide open with him very consistently, especially with how shooting is this year. We've been able to hit with guys with much lower 3-point ratings than this who also have no badges, so Metta's definitely gonna be able to knock down threes for you. He's gonna be a guy who can defend really well, a decent slasher, and like even has some pretty solid playmaking badges, or playmaking animations as well. Not the best playmaking badges unless you add a couple of them to him, but for an Amethyst, I mean, he doesn't have the greatest stats or badges in the world, but he is a very, very solid all-around card who's going to be playing a lot of defense and knock down open shots. Super solid 3-and-D at the 3. At the number 9 spot, or at the 2, we have JJ Redick, and I guess they're not putting the periods in his name. So JJ Redick is, I mean, this card is a offensive juggernaut. Defensively, he's not going to do a lot for you, but offensively, he's going to be a monster. 91 speed and excel, 97 shot 3. He's glitched slashing, so he's got a 95 driving dunk. Badges like fast twitch, limitless takeoff, and posterizer. Obviously, basically every shooting badge you could ask for, in addition to clamp breaker, quick first step, ankle breaker, hyperdrive on gold, silver bailout, silver handles for days. Not a particularly good defender, doesn't get clamps or glove or interceptor or anchor, but 91 speed and excel, like I said. I mean, he's got great speed, great athleticism, is an absolutely knockdown shooter with an amazing release as well as the normal leaner, so he's going to be an offensive monster. Now defensively, he's not going to give you very much. He doesn't have elite size at only 6'4". He's got a short wingspan. He's not a good defensive card, but offensively, this card is right up there with some of the best shooting guards in the game in terms of being an elite slasher and an elite shooter with an amazing release. Just not going to give you a ton defensively, which is why he's this low on the list at number 9. At number 8, I'm going with Bol Bol, who definitely has the worst stats on this list, but probably the best, or definitely the best player build on this list. He's 7'2", super lanky, incredibly long arms with a 7'7" wingspan. Very few badges, only one HOF, which is catch and shoot. Gold badges like drop stepper, post spin, rise up, corner specialist, screen machine, break starter, vice grip, and box out beast. Few different silver badges in there as well, and his defensive stats are really poor besides block. Not fast, but he can knock down the 3, and he's got a good standing dunk, which is nice. But I will say his player build really helps make up for the fact that his defensive stats are this poor, and also that he doesn't have great speed. He moves faster than you would think for sure. He's got a very good release, and he plays much better interior defense simply because of his size and length than you would think as well, which makes me think when we get a Kristaps Porzingis card, even if he doesn't have the greatest interior stats and badges, he might be an absolute monster, because this Bol Bol, despite having this poor of stats on the defensive end and athletically, still plays much better than these stats would say. So a guy who I think legitimately deserves number 8, especially with his ability to stretch the floor and his length. At number 7, we're going with Jalen Brunson, and I think this is kind of where this list starts to take a bit of a step up. Jalen Brunson, a really solid offensive card. Not an elite slasher, only a 50 driving dunk, but he can dunk it wide open and does dunk consistently wide open, which is nice. 91 speed and excel, 86 shot 3, 91 speed with ball, solid perimeter defender, really good shooting and playmaking badges on the card, and he's a decent little defender as well on the perimeter, so that is pretty nice. Undersized, for short, only 6'1", and he's not an elite slasher or an elite defender, but he's got the MJ dribble style, Kobe escape, step behind the back, pro size up, and a very fast, very smooth release. He is a very fun offensive card to use. I did gameplay with this card a couple weeks ago, and I was really impressed with him. You can't get him anymore. He was a moments player, so if you didn't actually wind up getting this card on your team already, you can't get him anymore, but honestly was a very fun card to use when I first picked him up, and I actually really like this Jalen Brunson card as a really solid offensive card who can get you a lot of threes and also can play a little bit of defense as well at the 1. At the number 6 spot, we got Ruben Patterson, who is a defensive nightmare at the 2. Just a really, really versatile, good defensive card who has gone very underrated because he's a guy who really, I feel like, doesn't have a super recognizable name. But 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan, 86 speed and excel, 88 interior, 89 perimeter, 90 lateral, 88 steal is phenomenal. Really, really good defensive badges as well. He's got all the badges that you could ask for, even a silver anchor, pogo stick, rebound chaser, chase down artist, badges like that for the interior goal post lockdown. But all the perimeter defensive badges as well. Playmaking wise, he's got a couple of the key ones. Can get quick first step if you want to add it to him. Can get a couple shooting badges, but a 78-3 is more than enough to knock him down consistently. He's even got some good finishing badges as well, like posterizer, bully, back down punisher, masher, things like that. So even being only 6'5" at the 2, he has a very solid release. He's an elite all-around defender and a really, really good 3-and-D guy. And the fact that he can guard the interior at the level that he can elevates him over basically every other shooting guard who is a Ruby in the game on the defensive end of the court. At number 5, we're going with Rob Williams, who I will say would be higher on this list if his release was a little bit better. His release is not elite, but everything else about the card is really, really good. He's glitch shooting, came out actually yesterday, or technically today when I'm recording this, but yesterday from when y'all are seeing it. 85 speed and excel, 88 shot 3, 90 standing, 90 driving dunk, 90 vertical, 92 speed, 92 strength, 84 interior, 92 block, 84 lateral, 82 perimeter. Very versatile, great rebounder, really good defensive badges on gold. Also some good gold shooting badges like catch and shoot and claymore, guard up, half corner specialist, can get slippery off ball, can get a quick first step, a bailout, a break starter, badges like that, and really good dunking badges as well. He is a very, very versatile card. At only 6'8", even with the 7-foot wingspan, he's much better at the power forward position, and his release is not elite, but he does everything else in the basketball court at a super high level. Athletically, shooting, dunking, defense, all those things. He's really, really good in all those areas. Just wish his release was a little better because that's the one thing that holds him back from being right up near the top of this list. At number 4, we got Franz Wagner, another really, really good all-around Amethyst card. A guy who can defend, who can shoot, who has good size, can play the 3 or the 4 at 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan. Decent speed, decent all-around, or just a solid all-around defender. He can guard on the interior a little bit, good perimeter defender, can shoot the 3 and can dunk the ball. Versatile badges. I know a lot of silver badges for playmaking and defense, but still, he's got good shooting badges. He's got good finishing badges. He is just a very, very solid all-around card. Not going to jump off the page you in any specific area, but he's going to do everything on the court at a very solid level. MJ dribble style, Lillard behind the back as well are really good sigs, and he's got a great release. Just a really good all-around card who's kind of going to be that glue guy if you plug him in at the 3 or the 4. At number 3, we got Anfernee Simons, who I think is the best Amethyst point guard in the game. A really, really good card. 6'3" with a 6'9" wingspan and really good size with his player build. 89 speed and excel, 86 shot 3, 95 driving dunk, good perimeter defensive stats, and not even horrible on the interior. Half limitless takeoff. He is an exceptional slasher, which is the first really important thing about him. Slashing is one of the most important attributes in this game, and he is phenomenal with that half limitless takeoff. Gold fast twitch and posterizer. Some good shooting badges, good playmaking badges as well. And defensively, while he doesn't have badges like anchor, challenger, clamps, glover, interceptor, his size and his defensive stats will help him out a bit so that he's not a complete liability on defense. But offensively, elite slasher, good release, good dribble sigs, does a lot of things really well on the offensive end of the court in addition to his size at the point guard position, and that deserves a top 3 spot on this list for me. At number 2, we're going with the brand new Jeremy Grant. This card came out on Monday, and I'm not sure if he's still actually available to grind when y'all are seeing this video on Wednesday, but I think he is, and if he is, he's definitely a card that's worth picking up. Super easy grind, 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan, can play the 3, 88 speed and excel, 84 shot 3, 90 driving dunk, 87 interior, 87 lateral, 82 block, 87 perimeter, gold quick first step and clamp breaker, half clutch shooter, a bunch of good interior badges finishing wise in terms of fast twitch, posterizer, silver bully, and limitless takeoff. Few good other playmaking badges like bailout, break starter, and needle threader, and really good versatile defensive badges as well. A smooth release at the 3, the normal leaner, decent movement. He's just a really good glue guy at the 3, a guy who has great size, defense, slashing, and shooting, and is a very complete card for an Amethyst in my team. But then at number 1, it's no surprise, it's Jarrett Allen. He is easily the best Amethyst card in the game right now. Jarrett Allen is an absolute monster, a competitive level center at the Amethyst tier, only listed at 6'10", but his player build's closer to 7' or 7'1" because of his giant afro. 7'5" wingspan as well is phenomenal. 4 out of 5 hotspots, 1 half is corner specialist. He's got 79 speed and excel for a center, which is really good. Amazing dunker, knocks down the 3 at a high level. Very good all-around defensive stats as well, with a high interior, high block, super solid perimeter and lateral quickness. Good defensive badges in terms of all the gold interior badges that you want on both ends of the court, offensively and defensively. But then he stretches the floor at an elite level with amazing release as well. Gold catch and shoot, claymore, deadeye, green machine, silver blinders, guard up, limitless range to couple that half corner specialist, I should say, and an absolutely money release. So he's a guy who has elite size, a great player build, really, really good all-around defense and offense on the interior, and can knock down the 3 at a super high level. level while also having really good speed. That's the type of center we're looking for at any tier right now in my team. And Jared Allen does all of that as only a 91 overall. So this is my list of the top 10 Amethysts right now in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. I know this list doesn't really appeal to everyone, but if you're a new player, a no money spent player, a budget player, trying to look for guys to fill holes, these are the types of guys I'd be looking to use for that. And also, these are the type of guys to be using in limited as well when you're playing with amethysts and things like that, because those are the modes you're really going to use amethysts in a lot, and you should be trying to target using these types of guys in those modes. So hopefully y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.